Virginia Woolf is an inventive genius. She tries to be comprehensible and clear while using this technique, stream of consciousness, right? Now, what is stream of consciousness? That is already discussed by me. Content is available. You can check my description box for that. And Virginia Woolf is able to depict the flaw between the subjective and objective attitudes. Her novel, Mrs. Dalloway, renders the inner life of characters and their experiences. And Mrs. Dalloway is already discussed by me in my previous video. If you're interested, you can check that video also. This novel, Mrs. Dalloway, is a unique success so far as the technical mastery is concerned. It is Virginia Woolf's most remarkable achievement, especially in the field of stream of consciousness novel. Hello friends, welcome to ELS, English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss stream of consciousness technique used by Virginia Woolf in Mrs. Dalloway. And before starting, let us discuss in brief what is stream of consciousness. It is discussed in detail. Let us revise it quickly. The stream of consciousness is a new method of writing, right, which departs from the traditional way of writing novel. It concentrates more at the thoughts and feelings of the person than actions or external events, right? Now, what is stream of consciousness? It is a new method and it concentrates more at the thoughts and feelings of the person. Now, when we talk about this, that it concentrates more on the thoughts and feelings, it aims to explore the human consciousness, the feelings and thoughts and emotions and sensations that passed and repassed in the minds of the characters at different critical moments, right? It is a difficult technique, but it is tried and experimented by Virginia Woolf and Mrs. Dalloway. And we can say that it achieved a great perfection, right? This technique may digress into formlessness and incoherence, but this danger has been triumphantly overcome by Virginia Woolf, by this novelist Virginia Woolf, by leading order and balance to the disordered and chaotic thoughts of the mind, right? And the inner life of the mind has been convincingly rendered. When we talk about other novelists or other novels or novelists based on this technique, there is a complete self-effacement of the novelist in the stream of consciousness novel. But it results in incoherence, disorder and lack of clarity. But when we talk about Mrs. Dalloway, we can say that Mrs. Dalloway is an exception. Why is it an exception? Because it brings a successful compromise between self-effacement of the author and because of self-effacement, this results in clarity and order, right? When we talk about the minor characters like Razia, Septimus, Whitbread, Bradshaw, instead of being perceived through the stream of consciousness of other characters, instead of being perceived, they are sketched by the writer herself, right? And memories are sudden aroused in her mind. Memories are sudden aroused in Mrs. Dalloway's mind. The touch of air on a June morning makes Mrs. Dalloway remember similar feelings of the morning 30 years ago. And this brings to her mind memories of the past, right? Then she is reminded of Sally Seton, who was fond of green color. And whenever Mrs. Dalloway chose green dress for a party, then she is reminded of Sally Seton. And again, when we talk about memories, we come to know that memories of Peter Walsh are suddenly aroused in her mind, right? When she just by chance happens to meet Whitbread. In this way, we can say that mind becomes a stage and thoughts become characters and the inner drama goes on. In this technique, we can say our mind becomes a stage and thoughts become characters, and in it external events become minor. They are not of so much importance as inner thoughts, right? The stream of consciousness technique has been perfected by Virginia Woolf in Mrs. Dalloway, and the subject of the novel is a single day in the life of her character. And during this brief spell of time, the novelist we can say she is able to capture not only her past, her evolution, her history, her personality, her character, but she also captures description of many persons who are either directly connected with her or those who come across her at the same moment, right? Virginia Woolf in Mrs. Dalloway selects only one day from morning to evening and construct her story during the events of this short span of time. The entire structure of the novel is built on the dimension of space and time. And there is a contrast between backward and forward movement, which corresponds exactly with the thought processes. We are at first introduced to the stream of consciousness of a particular person. Still further on, we are given an opportunity to have a peep into the minds of other people, right? Then there are certain landmarks. Friends, let me tell you one thing, that if you want all these notes in hard copy, let me know in the comment section that you want hard copy. I will provide you link. I will reply you and provide you links. So if you want, you can contact me, right? Let's continue. There are certain landmarks in Mrs. Dalloway, deliberately introduced by the novelist to lend clarity and afford order and discipline. We say still in time, but rapidly move through the minds of various characters and have before us a time different kind of consciousness which are held together by a unifying force, right? For example, we can say the London clock strikes because the novelist has a purpose in presenting their sounds. The clock strikes the hour as we pass from Septimus Smith to Peter Walsh, right? We have to pass from one consciousness to the other because they have impinged in time, and every impingement is suggested by the striking of the clock. The clock strikes almost every 15 minutes throughout the novel, and the indication of time clearly indicate transition from one consciousness, right, from one consciousness to the other, and further when we stop within the consciousness of a character only to get about up and down in time, but that consciousness, the identity of the thinker, is emphasized by this device. So again, I would say that no doubt Virginia Woolf experimented, but she also succeeded to use this stream of consciousness technique. So friends, this is all about today's content. I hope you will like the content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you are new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching.